Hi, Amber. It's John with Gen X Local. I just wanted to give you a brief rundown of what I do to help local businesses. And I'm going to go really quickly because I got really long-winded in the last video and I ran out of time. So forgive me if I'm going fast. I'd love to call you or meet with you and go through some of this stuff, even if it's just helping you weed through it for your own sake. But here is your website. It's very nice. I wanted to talk to you about two things, and mostly what I do is I help small businesses position themselves um, on Google to get the optimal amount of views, clicks, and phone calls. Right. So statistically, when you search for a goods or service, which most people do now, most people get on Google to find stuff. That's no secret anymore. 40% of those people are going to click on this position right here, this top spot. And then the rest of them are going to be filtered out through here and on down on page one. Less than 5% click on anything after page one. So websites, business owners that go, oh man, I need a website. If it's not on page one, it's really not making them any money, and it only serves your customers that are looking directly for your business and would search your business by name. And I'll show you that. I proved that to you. I'll show it to you in a second. So this is Catering, Arlington, Tennessee. So you are getting 40% of clicks for anybody that is looking for catering, Arlington, Tennessee. So what we want to accomplish, or what I would hope you might want to accomplish, is getting 40% of the clicks for catering, Memphis, Tennessee, which Drapers is getting. And I want to show you how Drapers is doing that. So there's 200 things in Google's algorithm, or 200 categories in Google's algorithm that factor into how these things rank. I'm going to go over four: content, citations, backlinks, and mobile optimization. So the first is content. Content are just going to be the amount of words on your page, because the more words that are there, the more keywords, the more searchable terms, the more Google can pull your listing or your website as a response to what someone is searching for. And those words being on your home page are fairly critical. So you have a home page here that is wonderful looking, not a lot of content on it. So just to be unfair, just to show you a direct comparison, here's Drapers. Also looks to be like a Wix website to me, which is a little surprising, but they do have not a lot of content. I would tell them this is not enough, but they do have some very key terms in here: holiday parties, full service, corporate drop off, company parties, wedding receptions, rehearsal dinners, so on and so forth. So catering of Memphis, you get a lot of title tags on this. So they've got a lot of rich keywords. Even though there's not a lot of content, they do have a lot of rich keywords here on the homepage. So that's content that your website really could improve in. The second thing is going to be what we call citations, and this is anywhere where your name, address, and phone number in that order together. Sorry, my kids barged in. Name, address, phone number, anywhere where they're listed online in a directory or in reference to your website, or your business rather. So business listings, directories, things like yellowpages.com, whatever. So you have around 16 results, so 16 citations. Drapers is around 44. So again, that gets rewarded. That's something that Google looks at. The more the better. Most of the clients that I have, we really end up getting around 200 to 250 is usually a safe, good, strong number that doesn't get outdone very well. Thirdly, mobile optimization. Right here, Google's mobile friendly test. I'm going to plug in your URL. I cannot speak today. So Google has been cracking down on websites that are not mobile optimized, which means they're not responsive, or they don't form to a smaller screen that would be used from a cell phone. So this is how Google sees your website, that if it formats it, then it's too small to function. So having what's called a responsive theme on our website, or on the platform that you use website, is very, very key. Um, so this may not be a big thing for right now, but Google is continually tweaking things in their algorithm that are going to start dropping websites that are not mobile optimized or that are not responsive, and not rewarding them with top spots, because they're very quickly becoming considered old fashioned, because Google released some statistics earlier this year that over 60% of searches for service-based businesses are done on a cell phone, not on a laptop, not a desktop. So there's certainly cause for that. They want the mobile websites to show up first and to be rewarded the most. So lastly, we're going to talk about backlinks. Backlinks are really the bread and butter of how you get ranked, how you move up the ladder. So this is on your website. You have a link. This is a backlink right here to Stonebridge Golf. So you are taking what authority Google gives your domain name, and you are sending it through to stonebridgegolf.com, which is in turn helping them rank for when people search for things like Golf Courses Memphis. Then Stonebridge comes up because it's got a backlink from you. So backlinks are super duper important. If we go over here, Flamingo Catering, you have 6 do follow backlinks, which is okay. Draper's Catering has 48 do follow backlinks. So you can see why Draper's is holding that #1 spot, while you are, for Catering Memphis, you are on the top of page 3. But you also are not in the maps listings anywhere for Memphis, because when you're Google My Business page, you have one created, and so you're in the maps listings for Arlington, but it was not optimized to include Memphis as a serviceable area. So Arlington's a town of 11,000. Memphis is a serviceable city area of 1 million population. So you're optimized for the 11,000, but you're totally missing out on the million. So there's a lot of business that could be had. So one last thing, I just want to show you this is an overview. Oh, sorry, I clicked on the wrong button. So this shows how many keywords you have on your website. You got 107. This shows the average amount of traffic that you have coming to your website on a monthly basis. So about 86 people coming to you. But like I said earlier, these are the keywords that bring you, look, half of your business is from people looking for pink flamingo or pink flamingos. So they're looking for your business directly. So that's exactly what I said earlier, is that websites sometimes are only good for businesses if they're being directly sought out, because you're not getting business from any of the general search terms. So remember these numbers. We're going to go over to Draper's. We're going to look at organic research. They've got 795 keywords compared to your 107. And their traffic is 1,100 people a month. So you can do the math. That's how many people go through their website. X amount of people actually pick up the phone and call, whatever that actual ratio is. It's probably the same for yours. So that's how many actual extra customers they're getting, actual extra profits that they're getting. So this is the potential. I want to show you, this is the potential top spot, the potential growth that you could get to for ranking well in Memphis, including, not without necessarily giving up what you're doing in Arlington. I'm not saying that. I'm just showing you, kind of where you could be. And so for my point earlier, they're ranking for catering Memphis, wedding venues in Memphis, Memphis catering, caterers in Memphis, drapers. So they got one spot for drapers. All the rest of these are, generic search terms that they hold number one spot, number one spot, number one spot, 411. So they're holding the top spots for all of these search terms, and it's bringing them all of this traffic. So this gives me, a clear idea on what is searched for here in Memphis and what kind of keywords. If I were building my own site for catering, which I could do, I can do this and just send you the leads, and not have to touch your website at all. I could build my own website and control it, and then just send you the work that comes through it. I've done that for businesses as well. Or I can take someone's existing website and mold it to where it accomplishes this, where it does this, where it takes that spot, or where it gets close. There's unfortunately, no entirely guarantees in this business, but so here's an example I'll show you. I have a landscaping company that I did. And he was in a similar position to you. He was on the top of page 3, bottom of page 2. This is Summit Landscapes, and he's been with me for a few months, and he's now number 2. And he tells me his phones are ringing off the hook. We've tripled his web traffic so far, and it's still growing. And this is really important too, and you can do this for free just on your Arlington page, but get some reviews, because look what happens when you get to 5 reviews, your stars show up, and that makes this pop. So it almost doesn't matter where you are on the organics, because when you look for Memphis Landscaper, my eye goes to that, and most people do. Most people research, they look at reviews, so they're going to go there and they're going to click right there regardless. So look, there's tons of stuff to this, but this is what I do. It's not just advertising per se, because you can't really track your ROI that well in advertising. I don't call myself an advertiser. I don't think of it that way. I game the system. I game against Google on behalf of local and small business owners who couldn't or don't know how to get those leads otherwise from the mass market. And I know the tips and tricks on how to optimize things and how to get your website in the position where you get to make money, because you get warm leads that are looking for your business, coming to your door or calling your phone, without having to prospect, without having to sell, without having to go door to door, without having to pass out flyers. It eliminates all that, and it's efficient, and it's long term. So anyway, thank you for your time, Amber. Give me a call. Or email me if you'd like to talk more. I appreciate the time. Have a good night.